I had all intentions on being early. I smoked and start looking at. I bet on some games, and I was looking at that, and I'm like, oh shit.
I know
We
that's
ain't here
right. But good evening, folks. Before we get started, you know I gotta drop some heat on your motherfucking ass. It's another joint by my man Jay Geezer called KMS. We'll be right back. Yeah.
Yeah. Something is telling me I'm like something they never seen. I've arrived with a pedigree. I spit fire in third degree. I'm supplying the industry with the plight of a real MC. Master of ceremony, the master of what's before me. I mastered the art of life. Now I'm basking in all its glory. I'm passionate with my stories, creative and animative, immaculate with my thoughts. Leave you caught in my allegory. To all those who came before me, your lessons have been important. They taught me through right or wrong how to decipher through the distortion. Then cipher anytime when I get on the mic and get hyper than any force MD. Of course, I'm forcing MC and it's repeating in my mind. And I know my karma is right. Give it to you all in one night. Like a knife, I slice through that bull. Like before I told you it's my life. And I bravely perform it on sight. Like a flame to a torch.
Yeah, god damn it. We back up in this motherfucker. I know y'all enjoyed the show last night. And if you didn't, go check it out. Make sure you hit the motherfucker like button. I certainly appreciate it. Welcome back, Tone and Ro. Last night we did go, the extra mile, but there was some things that I wanted to talk about that I didn't get a chance to talk about last night. So we're gonna talk about it tonight. But tonight's main topic is unadulterated cap. You niggas love hoes and you be capping like a motherfucker. And I think I have a case. At least I'm going to present it to you, and you let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate it. But anyway, yeah, we talk about niggas this time, so I don't think we gonna get canceled.
Okay,
You
man.
know what I'm saying? Because slavery was a choice, nigga.
Hey, bro.
I don't think we're gonna get canceled for that. I mean, Brett Favre didn't get canceled for stealing food stamps, so I mean, why you fucking with me? But Tone, did you get a chance to see
You
what
can't
kind of
throw a football.
I know.
Actually,
right.
I just saw it today.
What'd you think about it?
It was cool, man. It was cool. For me, it was kind of this weird thing where it made me like, I'm like, this would have been, I mean, like, oh man, could you imagine Chadwick Boseman doing this? Could you imagine like him in this scene? Could you imagine? Like, that's more what it gave me, man. I was just like, dang, bro, him dying made that, took so much away from that.
It kind of made me wish when Shuri went to the ancestral plane and ran into my hero Eric Killmonger. Yeah. It kind of made me wish that he did not die in the first movie. Like they would have. They would have locked him up.
I had this whole idea of what I hoped they would have done with that. Since they dropped him at the bottom of the ocean, I was thinking like he survived. They kept him alive, and then he helped them fight back to get up there because he wanted his throne back type shit.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been fire, bro. And then
no
he get up there and realize he doing the wrong thing, he going about it the wrong way, and then he become the next one. That's what that would have been fire. But this was still cool. You know what I mean? It was
cool. On some subliminal shit, I mean, of course they had quote unquote black and brown people fighting each other, which is standard operating procedure in the system of racism. But I mean, I know most people are not looking into it that deeply. Some people are. There's some people that could really see what the movie is saying, and then
I think it. I think it would have been worse if it was a white guy.
Say again.
I think it would have been worse if it was some white guy coming through thrashing Africans, around left and right. I think it might have been a little bit worse. Well, I guess it would be historically accurate.
You do know there is a such thing as a white Latino, so I'm just saying. But what you think about Namor? I mean, as a recreation of superhero movies. See, because I come from way back in the Incredible Hulk days in the 70s. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And the very, very first Captain America movie. I mean, those movies were terrible. And go watch the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. That shit was terrible. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the idea is good, but the execution was shit. But I thought that Namor was a hell of a superhero character coming into the MCU. I think he go be around for quite some time.
I say just like how you just said, it was a great idea. I don't really know about the execution because I never got like I'm afraid of this guy vibe from him really. Mostly just because I know I saw what he did at the beginning, but other than that,
Yeah, I didn't get he's a dangerous. I didn't get. I agree with you. I didn't get that vibe either until he said to Angela Bassett's character, T'Challa's mother. I think her name is Ramona or Ramona. Where he basically said to her, "If you don't help me, I'm gonna attack this shit," and then he did do it. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I thought it was a very interesting movie. In all honesty, I can't really say that my expectations was as high for this movie as it was for the first Black Panther, and that has everything to do with the fact that the main star is
Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, it's like he really was a very, very integral and key part to the cast and that movie. And it was very interesting that a theory that I had actually came true in the end of the movie. Because
don't tell people.
Oh man, fuck that shit! I paid my motherfucking money already.
Ro probably ain't seen the movie, man. Don't give it away to Ro, man. He the bro.
Oh man! All right. Not this time. Even though that nigga goes. Never mind. I'ma just leave it alone.
This boy, top spoiler in this motherfucker, man.
Anyway,
telling endings of movies, bro.
Anyway, nigga.
Got nothing better to do than spoil movies, nigga. Goddamn, nigga couldn't wait to get to talk about this shit.
How many people was about to close out, bro?
I got them all. I got them all stuck in suspense now. But monetarily speaking, this movie is doing numbers. But I expect that because Black people, because we so starved for positive image, we'll take any positive image and we will put our money into it, which begs me to ask the question. I mean, why don't we do these things on our own? On that same scale. You know what I'm saying? What is it that's going on with us that we can't all quote unquote come together and make a similar movie for us by us? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
That
know what
make
you
any
mean,
sense?
man. Yeah.
Either one of y'all hear the new Nas album? What you think of it?
Nah, I ain't
I've
heard
not
it.
heard that.
Nah,
Nah,
not yet.
I ain't no
hey,
real
man, I
music
was
head
watching.
like that no more, man.
You ain't really no music head like that no more.
I be listening to jazz music, nigga. Like I don't even listen to rap music like that no more.
Oh shit! You wear the pointy shoes with no socks and the suspenders on your pants, huh, nigga?
Man, what's wrong with jazz music? God damn,
Hey, man,
nigga.
ain't nothing wrong with
First
that.
nigga that
In
made
the
music.
button up shirt with the taco meat out.
This
Hey,
nigga's
man.
got a pipe,
The fedora.
a smoking jacket. When Ro come into the room, he
See?
starts singing like Mr. Rogers, nigga.
See, it's why niggas can't. You always talk about niggas getting ahead. This is why jazz is the only music that niggas got where
Jazz
people
is
ain't making it.
intellectual.
They just playing sounds, but nigga.
Crazy as hell. Kenny G that came in and the goddamn culture vulture jazz motherfucker. White people love Kenny G, nigga. I don't know if you know about Kenny G. That's an old school white
Bro,
boy be
jazz,
on the instrumental shit right there, yo.
jazz put me to sleep, bro. Every time, like I could be in the middle of a fight, somebody play jazz, and it got me, bro. Like that's how important that shit is to me, bro.
Interestingly, in the late 80s and through the 90s, a lot of hip hop, if you go back and listen to a lot of hip hop songs, you know what I'm saying, especially like Pete Rock, Large Professor, just go back and listen to late 80s through the 90s hip hop. You'll hear a lot of jazz samples.
That's
Tribe
all they
Called
do,
Quest.
nigga. Everything,
Yeah.
movies, nigga. Rap music. Every music samples jazz music, nigga. If you sit there and listen, you be like, I done heard that motherfucker on the motherfucking what's the Pink Panther? Is that what they call? Remember the Pink Panther cartoon and
Yeah,
shit? That's fucking jazz music, nigga. All the commercials, nigga, everything come from jazz music, bro.
You just
I feel it. But jazz is made to be chilled to and apparently put to sleep to. So
you old smooth ass shorty from Malcolm X suit and wearing motherfucker.
You old school. This nigga old school.
with the stocking cap,
not even old,
the flip,
not
the
even
house shoe,
not even
the
not
beater
even
with the mustard steak.
Nigga, I'm with the pterodactyls and moctos and top niggas. Niggas that be saying a whole bunch of words but don't be saying shit. That's what we be listening to.
Not even
spiritual.
not even the new old OLD, the old nigga like on the old English bottle, OLDE.
Yeah, nigga. I don't want to hear about niggas niggering no more, man. I'm getting to that point. Nigga hear jazz music clown. I want to hear about niggas saying nigga every 2 seconds. Talk about struggle and I'm tired of that shit.
Hey, nigga. It makes my teeth white, so I say it 1,000 times a day. Salute the rest in peace to the great Paul Mooney. Anyway, the topic for tonight is guys really like hoes. Guys really prefer hoes. And I think it's straight cat when dudes be on a purity kick, you know, worried about how many bodies a chick got on her and how that's going to affect how they interact with her, and you know all the empirical bullshit. But and I pointed this out, or at least alluded to it in a past Instagram post in regards to the SYSBM guys and the passport bros. And basically the question that I put forth is, since you guys, you know, one of your complaints about Western women is they hoes and sluts and all they could do is twerk and, you know, they got a lot of bodies, then these women that you catching a flight to go to, are they virgins? Because I mean, ideally, right? And correct me if I'm wrong in my thinking, because I could be wrong. I'm willing to concede that, Ro and Tone. But isn't that like one of the ideals of the red pill space, quote unquote, manosphere space? That when it comes to dealing with a woman, you want one with preferably nobodies or very few or very like less than a handful. Is that correct? Is that the sentiment, or am I
As far as
mistaken
I know.
about that?
I mean, for it depends on what aspect of it you talking about, because there's technically, sadly, there isn't just like one definite red pill. And a lot of people, but you know what? I would say this: a lot of people who actually talk real shit don't even tend to consider themselves red pill. So, yes, most people who consider themselves red pill tend to want to lean towards the female with lesser bodies. But what they don't realize is what they're looking for is a penguin that can fly, but penguins don't fly.
They
You
fly
like,
in the
well, you like,
water, motherfucker.
right? You like, well, the bitch got wings. You know what I mean? But that don't mean she can fly, and,
I
that
mean,
be the problem.
I have this notion in my mind that guys really be lying to themselves, and the reason why I say that is because I kind of like secretly do surveys and shit, and I haven't met many dudes who even ever had sex with a virgin before. And I've also encountered dudes who have had sex with virgins before and say, well, it's not all what it's all cracked up to be.
Not
And
at all.
I hear these guys, moaning and groaning and complaining about how sexually active these women are. And it's one of the reasons why they're turned off by them. But yet they will fly out the country to a whole nother country to deal with women who they don't know how many bodies she got. And she obviously was fucking before they got there because she
Pieces
wasn't
crazy.
a virgin. You see what I'm saying?
Everybody,
So
if
like you
everybody could
running
pay and fly over there and fuck, why would you be the first person that's done that? Right.
exactly. So you just basically to summarize it, you just leaving one group of hoes that you consider mean to run to another group of hoes that treat you nice. Do
Well,
you get what I'm saying?
it ain't
And
even.
but and the vast majority of these guys are not going out of this country with the intent of looking for a quote unquote pure woman. And then I go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead. I don't want you to lose
No,
your thought, old man.
I don't want to drop all these bombs at one motherfucking time.
All right. Well, I was just about to say, like, you know, that's not what it's about, bro. Like, when they go overseas, they probably, I've never been, so I can't say. I don't know shit, but I'm just, giving my opinion. The women
A
probably
hypothetical.
treat them. They probably treat them better. You know how y'all just making the analogy. They looking for a penguin that can fly. Well, them is penguins that probably that'll convince
They
them
got
that they can
strings on their
fly.
back.
You know what I'm
They got
saying? Like,
strings
oh,
on
this
their
one
back.
might can fly. Like they going to get treated differently. Like out here in America, they might be hoes and be like, oh, fuck you, nigga, you dumbass nigga, I fucked you, kicked you to the curb, took your money, blah blah blah. They go over there, they getting called sweetheart, they getting called all kind of shit. Now they might be getting the same treatment behind closed doors, but when it's up in their face, it's probably a different type of woman. They make them feel better about quote unquote tricking they money. You know what I'm saying? Where out here it's just like,
Nigga.
oh nigga, you a dirty trick ass nigga. They go out there, they probably trick and get treated like a fucking king,
What,
at least in
Nigga,
but
their
the one,
face.
nigga,
You know what I'm saying?
nigga, the hoes in the West got too much dignity, and so do the tricks, nigga.
right. They not about to.
like,
They not about to play
like,
that game.
fix it, Mexican Jesus, please. Like, I mean, it's hilarious to me because like I say, I get the opportunity to spend a lot of time by myself, which affords me the opportunity to just sit around and just be thinking about shit. You know what I'm saying? And I say to myself, well, damn, wait a minute, hold up. If these chicks over here got a lot of bodies, and these dudes, they just became aware of it in like 2022. You know what I'm saying? If these chicks over here is doing a lot of fucking, why wouldn't them other females in that other country be doing a lot of fucking? And if those other females is not doing a lot of fucking, then are they virgins? And the answer I kept coming up with is no.
They virgins to Americans.
Exactly, nigga.
You stupid.
Hey, it's just like you stepping in the church.
I understand the dynamic. I understand the dynamic because I've experienced the dynamic before.
Hey,
you know how like Tone, you from Detroit, right? You know how like when you moved from Detroit, when you first moved to where you reside at now, how the girls treated you different because you was from somewhere else.
Yep.
But they were still hoes though, right?
Yeah, it was just they wasn't flying, they was falling with style.
Hey, but shit, it ain't no difference than you like while a nigga would go to church to get a woman. You know, you go to church, like, you know, they be hoes in church too, but you go to church, it's gonna be a whole different image. It's gonna be a different image. Like, oh yeah, I got a good one. She go to church, she pray every day. So, you know what I'm saying? They have the look, the aesthetic of a good woman, and they probably get the same shit when they go other places. You know what I'm saying? Like they just want to get more bang for their buck. Out here, you still might get treated like a sucker if you spend your money. You go spend your money out there.
That's a hell of a metaphor, nigga.
But it's funny because you still get treated like a sucker.
Yeah, but they put on a better mask out there, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? They put on a better mask, and these niggas don't give a fuck. That's what I don't think Top understand. These niggas don't give a fuck.
No, I understand.
They don't care.
He understand completely, but here's he understand, but it's funny because
my point is this: is that basically, in my opinion, what they are doing is illogical. I understand that they don't care to be logical. You understand what I'm saying?
What I feel like, you know, this is your point, but what I feel like a better way of saying what you're trying to say is that these people are claiming that they want these wholesome women, right? And that's the problem with the women here, is because they're not wholesome. But the chicks they going to go meet ain't wholesome either. They just acting like they wholesome, just like any chick here do the same thing. And they went, oh, she switched up because of this. She switched up when we got into this or whatever. It's the same shit. So your problem ain't that
when they go date them white boys.
Right. The problem ain't the fact that they hoes. The problem is you actually like hoes, but you want your own personal hoe, and they don't do that. You know, at the end of the day, like, but you try to make it like the problem is them being hoes. But if that was the case, why would you fly to a whole nother country, which requires you to do some extra work, take time off work, or have a higher paying job to go fly over there just to deal with other hoes? And not only that, but you temporarily dealing with that hole, then you gotta come right back to reality and be surrounded by the other hoes. And you just that's another you might as well spend that money on the hoes out here.
That's another thing, is like, I'm not opposed to guys traveling, but my question is always, what are you traveling for? Now, me, if I'm traveling out the country, it's because I don't plan on coming back to this motherfucker. But that's just me. You understand what I'm saying? But in my opinion, I just think that these guys took the tricking from America to the international scene. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, to get more back for your buck. You know, that's funny as hell, nigga.
But if you think about
not only did they
go ahead.
I was gonna say, not only did they fuck up the game here, they go into another country to fuck they shit up and make they shit work. And now the whole world is about to be on, you know, think they can be on this bullshit. Yeah,
niggas is niggering the world up. But you know, It be like that sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And this is another reason why I say that guys really like hoes. They just don't be honest about it. Because I've heard some guys say, well, I'm not really, I would accept a virgin, but I really would prefer not to deal with a virgin. I deal with a chick that got one or two bodies. And when I think about that, what immediately comes to my mind is, so you willing to accept this bitch even as long as she only sucked two dicks before you met her.
Yeah, but the
You
thing,
still gonna kiss her, nigga.
but how,
You know
but
what I'm
how do you?
saying?
That's why this whole body count shit is dumb. Like, how would you even know if she got 2 bodies or 30
I'm just
bodies? You
saying.
know,
Let's just
like, you
say.
know what I'm
I'm
saying.
just saying.
You have no fucking idea.
Hypothetically, one of these guys has met a female, and she's completely honest. She's a unicorn. She's 100% honest and upfront with him, and she says, "I've only had two sex partners here," and she introduces him to these two sex partners, and he accepts that as the truth. That's the situation that I'm looking at. But the point that I'm making is all right, let's define what a hoe is. Because a lot of motherfuckers, we oftentimes use terms without defining what the fuck we mean by what we say. When I use the word hoe, first of all, I'm not trying to be derogatory. It's just a descriptive word. You understand what I'm saying? To me, it's no different than saying woman or female. But anyway, to me, a hoe is when she start fucking. Cause she ain't gonna stop. She's on a never ending journey of getting fucked for the rest of her life by somebody. And usually by a lot of somebodies. But I was sitting around thinking one day, damn, wait a minute. I I
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
He said he was thinking and they canceled his ass.
Nah, his hamster stopped running, like you said. His
Boy, don't
hamster
be
got
feed that
tired.
motherfucker, bro. He be forgetting to feed it.
nigga, you like hoes.
Set your old ass a reminder. Hey man, you know what? You're right. I sure do. Cause I'd be damned
You know?
if I got bro. Here's the reason why dudes like hoes and they won't admit it. I'm gonna tell you right now. If a dude get with him a virgin who don't want to do none of the stuff that you probably be watching and all your little pornos and all this little shit that you be
Hey, not
into,
me, nigga.
she not gonna be
I make
she not gonna be with none of that, and you gonna be upset and you gonna go cheat and fuck with somebody else. So at the end of the day, like all that shit, like bro, what get more likes on Instagram? The girls dressed wholesomely or the ones with ass out, titties out, all that? Is the one they like hoes. They
Oh,
mad
no
because
doubt.
the hoes don't like them. They
That's what it
it's like
is.
that's what it
Ding,
really is.
ding,
Is
ding.
they like
That's
hoes.
what it is. Niggas like hoes. They just mad that the hoes don't like them. And
Yeah.
so it makes them say, well, I'm going to work for 3 months and spend $2,500 to fly on a machine that might blow up. You know what I'm saying? It could happen. People die every day from accidents. It's just a
Yeah, you
tragedy.
could go there and get arrested for some shit and not come back. Oh, because you want to. Yeah,
You see the big gay bitch over there in Russia. You know what I'm
that's what
saying?
made me even
And
say that.
and a lot of these guys, you know, they will pass off and pretend as if going out the country doesn't pose any danger to you as an American, when that's not true. And I don't even have to step foot out of the United States to know that's not true. It's just common fucking sense. First of
You know,
all,
some people.
even though you're a black person, when you go out this country, being that you're an American, you already looked at as if you are wealthy. Even if you just making 50 grand a year, you're more wealthy than 70% of the motherfuckers in other countries. And as a black person, what a lot of us don't like to keep in mind when we get on these motherfucking planes and fly to a foreign land is that Media travels fast, far, and wide. Don't forget about how you portray to other groups of people. You get to Dominican Republic and you show up and you clean and shit, and the motherfuckers might think you a rapper. See, we don't take these kind of things into consideration because, like I say, we're very serious about not being very serious.
You know, in
And
some countries, adultery is illegal.
We don't move, with the kind of caution that we should, in my opinion. But go ahead, Tom.
I said, you know, in some countries, adultery is illegal. And what a motherfucker will do is you'll go out there, you'll pay some girl, or she probably won't even pay her. You meet some chick, well, you probably won't pay her. You pay some girl to have sex with her, and then you having sex with her, then boom, her husband walk in. Hey, I can report this to our people that because adultery is illegal in our country, and you could do prison time or cough up some more money. Now, you not knowing because your whole mindset going there was, I'm going here to look for chicks. And you don't think they know that? You don't think they got scams for that? You don't think dudes as well? Like, bro, these people are poor. These people are poor. You don't think they plotting on how to get over on you?
And this is
because they see you walk in with you.
This is not to say that this is, what I'm saying, going to necessarily happen. Nothing that is. I'm not trying to say that anybody has necessarily any nefarious intent towards anybody who travels out of the country. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is that it's a possibility. And so it should be taken into consideration prior to you making this kind of a move. And I don't think that a lot of guys take it into consideration. I do know that there are some guys,
Yeah, he went out again. You there, Tom?
Yeah, I'm here.
And
I think
that should be. I think that that should be more widespread and practice more.
Man,
But
that shit,
who am I?
that shit, that shit don't mean nothing, man. All it's about, here's what it's about. I give you like a restaurant analogy. Like, I like to go to Wingstop. You know what I'm saying? I like lemon pepper wings. But guess what? Every Wingstop ain't the same. You go to one Wingstop in the hood, they gonna have bad attitudes. Like the chicken gonna be the same, but they gonna have bad attitude. Here y'all order, they gonna be all ghetto and shit. But if I go to a Wingstop in a different spot, guess what? They gonna be nicer when I'm giving them my motherfucking money. So get what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go somewhere.
No, they ain't, nigga.
Yes, they are, nigga. Some restaurants they got
but you gotta account for the
service.
fact that they're not only gonna be nicer, they're gonna charge you more because they're nicer. That's exactly
Nah, it's the same price, nigga. No matter where you go, nigga, Wingstop, nigga, it's gonna be the same price. It's just like my point is, you gonna go where this is the theory. Like you gonna go where like I can get my wings and still get better service, even though this motherfucker might be right next door to where I grew up in the hood. But that nigga be digging in his nose when he cooking. This nigga be high at work. This nigga done forgot my order. Oh, hell no, I'm not fucking with that Wingstop. I'll give fuck this shit right next door. I'm gonna drive out a little bit to where the service is better, because I'm gonna feel better about spending my money somewhere where the service is good. And that's just a theory of probably why they go out.
I mean, that's.
But the flaw in that theory is the fact that how do you know just because they talking to you nicely, they not digging in their damn nose and doing all the other shit behind
it
the
don't
damn...
matter. They talking to me nicely. That's the whole point.
So,
they talking to me nicely when they doing the motherfucking shit.
Basically, I'm not paying for a wholesome girl. I'm not paying for a virgin. I'm not even really paying for the flight. I'm just paying for the experience of some female being nice to me.
Exactly.
That sounds like what it boiled down
That's
to.
what it is, bro. Like you,
That's crazy.
that's
Yeah,
what
that's
it is.
crazy.
That's
That's
crazy.
crazy.
I know. I know
I'm,
way more nice
I'm getting ready
females
to
nice to me
recruit.
than that are me.
I'm getting ready to recruit 13 bitches to be nice to niggas, and we get ready to get rich.
That's all you gotta do, nigga. Like it's all about being nice. You go to a restaurant, they got bad service. If no matter what your favorite restaurant is, you're gonna go to the one where the waiter is nice, the waiter is smiling, she look like she happy to be there. You know, you go to that other one, you like, God damn, this nigga always got an attitude, man. He look like he ain't gonna even cook my food all the way. That nigga might be the perfect chef, but you gonna be looking at that nigga like that nigga look like he ain't gonna cook my food all the way. He got an attitude. That nigga might spit in my shit. You
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm
check him
saying?
about digging in his nose or spitting in my shit, and if he do that shit again, I'm gonna smack him, nigga. That's how you.
Hey, I'm with you. I
It's the
agree,
same
but I'm
process,
just
man.
telling you why. I'm just telling you why, nigga. Like
Yeah, I
yeah.
understand,
Oh no doubt,
but I'm
no
also
doubt.
pointing out the flaw in that
Agree with
logic.
I agree with you 100%, and I agree with you too, Tone, in regards of the flaw in the logic because it's essentially not very different from what I'm pointing out, from what I'm trying to communicate, and that is, you already know that you leaving a group of hoes,
Yeah,
and
the chicken is the same no matter where you
you
go.
go into a whole nother place and you don't even know these hoes. You don't, just like you don't know the chick's body counts over here, you don't know it over there neither.
That don't matter,
And
nigga. They
And I
smile.
bet you it's higher over there because broke
and
people fuck more.
you stupid.
Hell yeah. Well, where else they gonna do it for money?
I mean, I ain't mad. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I will never tell a falsehood and say that I ain't never been through nothing with no females. But I nip that shit in the bud very quickly. So I'm not willing to deal with the kind of shit that a lot of these dudes, get online and testify about. You know,
Yeah,
which makes them a little salty and bitter at the experiences that they have had with the women that they've had experiences with.
yeah, but shit, the hoes out here, they might take their money and say, all right, you done, you finished, did you come, you bitch ass nigga? And over there they be like, oh Poppy, you're the best king. Like, oh, that's the difference right there. Same coochie, same shit, but in America they might call you a
But
bitch
if
ass nigga after that.
if you was to walk around with nothing
I
in your
guess that's
pocket,
why
you'll get way more.
I guess that's why they call tricks, because all you got to do is trick them.
Pretty
Pretty
much.
much.
Pretty much.
Yeah, shout out to the African Kingdom podcast. He came through for last night's show. Stopped by, checked in, but he had a stream up last night, and they was kind of touching on this too. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing I like about Affy is can't nobody say, well, you don't know what the fuck you talk about because you don't travel, because that nigga travel more than most of these dudes. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying, and I mean, even he said the same thing, you know, on numerous occasions. While I've had hoes while traveling, for me, that's not what it's about. It's about the experience, doing something different or new. You know what I'm saying? Something that I never did before. And for a lot of these guys, it's not really about that. It's about the women. You understand what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Yeah,
And
because like
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
even.
it's nothing wrong with wanting women, interacting with women, or anything like that. It's how guys go about it. And even though they got all of the information that they got now, they got passports, they got a little bit of money, they still is in to me in the same. They still operating the same. You understand what I'm saying? And as a matter of fact, it could be seen as a little bit worse because before you was even aware that you was getting screwed over, you wasn't as angry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and what's funny is I don't even like okay. Let's say you say I want to bang me a chick from Brazil, right? And you decide I want to go to Brazil and pay a Brazilian girl to just let me do whatever I want to do. I'm not even knocking you for that. What I'm knocking you for is saying that after women up there, you need to go to Brazil and find you a woman that you can pay for to make your woman instead. Like, whoa. You trying to put a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. Like, you're not doing it, like you said, for the experience of saying, hey, you know what I'm saying? I went there, I messed with this girl from down there. We did this at locations I could never go to in America, like the beaches down there, or you went did some stuff like that. I wouldn't even knock you if that's like a one thing you went and got out your system, or like what, every 6 months you're like, hey, you know what? I got this little bitch down there. I'm gonna go visit her type shit. But to be like, I'm gonna go fly to another country and be a trick is ridiculous. Well, you could get more out of your money from saving the money for that flight and being a trick here if that's what you're gonna do.
Tricking
you playing
is
yourself
tricking.
twice.
It don't make a difference where you do it at.
Yeah.
You know?
Say it differently over there. It's trick instead of a trick. You still a trick.
They put that little twist on that motherfucker.
It sounds sexy when they say it like that. That's what it is.
And you know, here's something else that's funny too. Is a lot of these guys, you know, some of these dating coaches and male advocates and red pillars and manospherers, you know, who are familiar with the likes of Patrice O'Neal. I know that all of these motherfuckers who consume Patrice content, that they should be very well aware that even Patrice came to the light at some point and said, wait a minute. Why am I spending all this time and money and effort to go all the way 15 hours away to fuck hoes when all I gotta do is the same shit that I'm doing with these bitches is the same shit I gotta do with these bitches where I live at? The problem ain't the bitches. The problem is me. Because he didn't understand. And I know a lot of these dudes are familiar with Patrice when he speak on that and why he stopped going to Brazil. And he was doing it before a lot of you niggas. Because some of you motherfuckers is only 24 and the nigga been dead since 2011. So he was like 11 when he was alive. So you wasn't even fucking yet. You understand what I'm saying? But it to me, it's just another way that guys have misled other guys. It's almost as if guys give other guys the impression that, yo, man, all you gotta do is get your passport. As soon as you go over, it's like how the Muslims, you know, the Muslim radicals think once they go blow up something, they go have 37 virgins waiting in heaven for them. It's like, get your passport. As soon as you go overseas, it's all copacetic. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna have no issues
You'll be standing
whatsoever.
right at the airport.
You gonna find you a bitch that's gonna be everything you want in a woman. You ain't had no problems whatsoever. And then those guys got to get over there and contend with different people's cultures. They act like racism don't exist in these other places, and only to get there and find out that they operate on a system of colorism. Only to get to South America and find out that they got a single mother problem as big as the one in the United States, but they in a rush to haul ass down there. Another thing is, I think a lot of these dudes just don't like black women.
Bro, but think about this too. You gotta go to a whole other country and find out where the hose is even at to even get to it.
I've had some Latino. What's to stop them? I've had some Latino females before, and I can tell you, most of the Latino females that I've had relationships with, I've met through other people because that's how their culture is. Like, you don't just like land in Colombia and just walk up on a bitch and just start talking to her and get a phone number like you would do in America. It don't work that way. You know, I mean, based on my experience with Latino people, maybe they changed when they got here to America. I don't know, but that's my experience. You know what I'm saying? They old school with it. In other words, you have to be introduced. You understand what I'm saying? But I could be mistaken. But yeah, I mean, it's just another problem I see with the male space. And I think it's a lost opportunity. And go ahead, Ro.
I just wanted to throw this in there. I think it's a key factor too. Besides like, dealing with racism or, getting mugged or robbed, all that shit, that's unsafe. But, if you go across the country, you probably won't take a big as a financial hit as you would over there. Let's say, for example, you go out there and you get a chick pregnant, by accident. Like, like there's really probably gonna be no repercussions other than like, if she got a man or husband or family that's trying to kill you. But like, just like the American, I'm quite sure it's the American laws that play a factor in too. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas be getting fucked over and all kind of shit, and divorce and child support and all that other shit. You go out the country, you probably less like to deal with as much bullshit. And correct me if I don't know for sure, but I'm quite sure that plays a factor in it. You know what I'm saying? You go because you gonna take a hit out here. You actually get a woman pregnant out here, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you might get screwed over financially. You know what I'm saying? Over there,
how do you accidentally get a woman pregnant without a rubber?
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. Because I remember 2 years ago, niggas was on semen retention, and now niggas is on some other
I'm
shit.
just saying that
I'm not going to no other country and raw dogging some chick I just met. Like, that's not happening.
What if the condom break?
Me personally,
like, that's what I mean by accident. It could be a condom
break. Me personally, I like to fuck raw. But if I'm not fucking this chick on a regular basis, then I'm fucking with a condom. But even before I stick my dick in her with a condom, you still got to go to the motherfucking doctor. Even if we go to the little quick doctor and get a motherfucking STD test, I'm not putting my dick in you before that. Your pussy or your mouth. But see, I know that dudes.
If I paid you for it, I'm definitely not putting nothing in there, bro.
I know dudes don't necessarily have the same principles that I have, or are going to interact with women in the same manner that I do, or have the kind of discipline that I do. You understand what I'm saying? But that's just how I move.
But outside of sex, let's say a nigga go out there and he marry a chick, and he's probably, I don't know. I don't know. This is hypothetical because I ain't never been out there. I ain't claiming shit I don't know. But he probably less likely to get divorced out there. You know what I'm saying? Or get fucked over out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure that.
Yeah, but he's not going to want to live out there.
That's
he would have to live out there to even have that. He more than likely he's going to want to bring her back here.
Which is what she wants. That's some homework for you, Ro. You can look up some or YouTube and find us some stories of disgruntled niggas who flew out of the country and got married and it didn't work out.
Hey, but I'm talking about like financially. It's probably less of a financial hit if it's that way and not this way. You know what I'm saying?
But how many dudes is marrying them chicks out there and staying out there with them?
I mean,
most of them is finding them chicks.
I'm just giving you a theory of why they go out there. You know what I'm saying?
Right, but like here's where it's dumb, because a lot of so if you got into a job, let's say you do a business, right, and you've made it to where you can afford to go fly over there, how are you gonna still work if you over there? Most dudes don't got like a job where they can just do that. Especially the dudes that they talking about go get a passport to do that. So even if you marry that chick.
Yeah, you have to.
Even if you marry that chick, you're gonna bring her back here, and they got laws where here, she can fuck you over from being from over there. So, like for instance, if you get married, if you bring a chick from a foreign country to get married here, she get a visa here, but like the visa is like obviously a certain amount of time she got to be married to you before it's like complete. They can actually skip that process if they say that you abuse them, and they can become a citizen and you owe them alimony. So they gonna just use the same system against you. Most dudes is not going there, and then all they gonna do is take the money that they're getting from you and give it back to their family that's there. You just getting played the same way. You just postponing to play it.
I hear you, but I'm just giving you a theory of why niggas, because niggas probably ain't thinking it all the way out like y'all niggas thinking it out. Niggas probably just like, shit, I'm gonna get a submissive girl. She can't really fuck me over. She in another country, blah, 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 whatever. They probably just thinking about that aspect of it. They ain't thinking that far through to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
But it's but it's niggas doing it. And they not telling people about this. It's niggas doing it.
Keep in mind that we talking about niggas who know they're ready to get married in 6 months. So, you know. I mean, let's not let that be lost on us. You know, because some of these dudes, that's the kind of dude they are. And I don't know about that. I don't subscribe to that. For me, in order to spend 6 months with a chick, it take me like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? To actually spend 6 months worth of days with her one-on-one. Because it's never every fucking day. That's another thing that dudes don't get, you know, is even when you get married, you got to have something for her ass to do. You know what I'm saying? So you ain't always up underneath her and she ain't always up underneath you.
Shit. What was you about to say, Tone?
Well, I'm just saying, like, so people's experiencing this stuff and it's not being relayed back. And the point that I'm trying to establish is like, this is like the stuff that they say, like the reasons you coming up with is the stuff that they use to excuse the real reason why they doing it.
Got you.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, yeah, you saying that, but like when you ask a girl why she do something and she don't take accountability for it, she use some excuse around it. You like, that's not why. That's what they doing. Like, oh yeah, it's because she not a hoe. No, she is a hoe. You know, like we know she a hoe. You know she a hoe. Come on, bro. Like it don't take nothing but 2 seconds of thinking. Like, well, damn. If she and they think that there's no way you're not thinking that. You're doing it. You're doing this. You're doing this.
Start fucking until they got there.
Right. You know what I mean? Like you know that because somebody told you that they doing that. So in order for somebody to tell you that they doing that and you watching it happen, you know she's a hoe. So it's not about the girls being a hoe. Okay, your next excuse. Oh, they treat you nicer. Yeah, they treat you nice because you paying them like the same value that like a chick here would be paying. And if you was paying a chick here like that, she would be treating you like that too. But you're not doing that. You trying to go to a whole other country and do that. So it's not about that either. The problem ain't about them treating you nicely. The problem is you.
And understand, at least from my point of view, when Tone say that you paying them, that don't necessarily mean monetarily. That means paying them with your energy and your attention, which is what women crave all over the world, except if they lesbians. And they do crave you when they need you to open the pickle jar.
Run out of money and see how nice she treats you.
Yeah, especially them goddamn Asian women.
Yeah.
And another thing too is I don't think a lot of black males understand that worldwide we are sexually fetishized by different groups of women. And I think dudes take pride in that shit. I don't. That's why I don't have sex with white women. You're not get ready to fuck me and I'm just a fetish. Fuck is wrong with you, bitch?
Yeah. Well, I think we all can come to the conclusion, like even you know, niggas talking about all this shit that we talking about. And the way I think about it is these niggas don't give a fuck anyway. Like you can say this shit till you blue in the face. Nigga, they out there living their best life until shit hit the fan at least. You know what I'm saying? They out there living.
That's right.
They don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck about what
they not.
I agree with you. And this is not for them. This is for guys who are thoughtful and, you know, are considerate about what they're doing prior to actually doing it. That's who this is for. And then it's for the three of us. You understand what I'm saying? Because this show is not just about the audience, it's about the three of us.
Right.
It's about all of us.
I say I kind of disagree with what you said, bro, only because them dudes not living their best life. They just not gonna tell they're not gonna tell what really happened. You know what I mean, they're not gonna
That could be
Talking
true.
about asking for extra money for shit that you kind of didn't want to cough up, but you just did because fuck it, I'm here type shit. They don't talk about that aspect. So when they say they go do it, they come back like, yeah, bro, it was the best experience of my life to save face, but they're not really telling you what it's like.
Mm-hmm. And
it's impossible to
too,
because
another thing too is in regards to physicality, a lot of these dudes couldn't get women that's just as attractive in this country because it costs too much. You know, and that, I mean, that don't go for all of them, but I would say
it's dudes over there fucking them for free. It's dudes over there who don't got American money beating the cheeks. So I mean, you know what I mean? Like even here, you got girls who having sex with rappers or famous people, but you also got Dusties who knocking them boots too. Like who knocking the dust off of that.
Hey man, stop talking about my future wife, man. Quit. Stop. Hey, cut this shit down. I'm never gonna have a wife. They're all hoes. According to you, nigga. They all hoes.
Yeah, nigga, your bitch is on the hoe scale somewhere, nigga. That's how many bodies she got.
Stop killing my hope, you
multiply by 3, nigga.
Hey, bro, the first 2 letters of hope is hoe, brother.
Hop in, motherfucker.
right.
Damn, cold game. I'm never gonna get me a wife. I was hoping I had a wife one day, but listening to you, Top, ain't no point because they all hoes according to you. See, man, I quit. I really quit the show.
It's nothing. See, like I said earlier, man, I don't say it to be disparaging. You understand what I'm saying? For me, the way I think about it and the way that you should think about it, you know, when you hear me say it, because this is you hear me telling you straight from my mouth. You know, I'm not being disparaging. It's just it's a way for me to acknowledge the fact that this woman's sexually active. You understand what I'm saying? And by definition, if she's not a virgin, she's a what?
A goddess.
A hussy.
Yeah,
a harlot. A thought, my sex slave.
You see what I'm saying? And for a guy to say out his mouth, hey man, yeah man, I want a woman with a little bit of experience. It's all right if she had 3 sex partners before she met, or 2 sex partners before she met me. What he is literally saying is, yeah, she's acceptable if she only sucked 2 dicks. If you was to word it another way, and
but
that's a clear admission of I like hoes.
Bro, how you gonna say you don't like hoes?
All hoes got some experience. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. If you don't want a hoe, take a girl out on a date and don't expect no sex until you put a ring on her. If that's the case. You can't say you want a hoe, but you also want her to bust them cheeks open after you took her out to an expensive date. You gotta pick one, bro.
No, I don't, nigga. I want a virgin hoe, nigga. Like I want both.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, that's what I want.
You know, I said that shit.
Penguin,
I said that shit.
Well, you better get a whole bunch of toilet tissue, player, because the only way you gonna have a virgin hoe one in the back door.
Tell you, man. I said that. I think it was maybe on Affy panel. It might have been on Grown Man Business Channel. But I said that one time before. I said these niggas want virgin strippers. That's what they want, but it don't exist. They just as delusional as these bitches they complain about. I swear to God, man, you niggas get on my motherfucking nerves. But you are comedic relief.
Top sidebar. This nigga always talking about I said that. Nigga, I said that in 1972. God damn. This nigga done said everything. Nigga can't
with no recording device to prove that shit.
Nigga, in
I used to say that. He said in the 1800s. I used to say that in between whips.
All right, motherfucker. Lamont and Grady always got fucking jokes. Young Lamont and Grady, nigga. That's you two niggas, motherfucker.
God damn, this nigga created everything. God damn, you gonna be a stubborn old head.
I'm stubborn now, nigga. I'm set. I'm not completely set in my ways, but But yeah, I go about doing things in a specific manner, and I generally don't deviate. Because if it's not broke, I mean, if it works, don't. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know how it goes.
Well, stumbled around
Anyway.
that one, didn't he? Boy was juggling like a bitch, wasn't he?
like the Mexican dancing with the red shirt and the white pants, yo. To motherfucking
So good.
LL Cool J. Anyway, final thoughts, fellas, because it's about that time. And we gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna give you motherfuckers some more hot shit from my man Jay Geezer.
Shit, man. Final thoughts. Don't listen to these niggas. Y'all go get y'all hoes wherever you gonna get them at. It's your money, nigga. Don't let these pocket watching niggas like Top and Tone tell you what to do with your chicken, nigga. Fuck these niggas. Go live your motherfucking life. These niggas don't know shit. Nah,
Damn, this
bullshit.
nigga said we be pocket watching, Tone.
Hey, they can't
I'm
What's that
offended.
hoe his life?
They spend their money.
Yeah, I'm offended. God damn, nigga, pocket watching. I don't give a fuck. Shit,
Nah.
I want motherfuckers to have money, so motherfuckers. Cause I wish everybody was millionaires. You know why? Because
So
motherfuckers
they
wouldn't
can
have
give me your
shit.
cash in?
They wouldn't have shit to brag about because everybody would be able to buy the same shit. You see what I'm saying?
I want everybody to have
Like
money so I could borrow
motherfucker
$1
pull
from
up on
everybody
you,
and be a billionaire.
motherfucker pull up on you
Nigga
with
talking
a
about,
helicopter, and you'd be like, "Well, I could buy one of them too, a bigger one." You know what I'm saying?
I got 3 of those.
Exactly.
Shit.
But you know how niggas are. They want to stunt, and I'll teach you how to stunt, nigga. Anyway, final thoughts, fellas.
That wasn't my final thought, but final thought, like, man, do whatever you gonna do that makes you happy, but just be aware of everything that could happen. Be aware of all the consequences of the decision you gonna make. There ain't no right or wrong way to live life. Just and like they was talking about, just don't be lying to people. Tell people the whole story. Don't just tell people the good shit. Tell them the good, the bad, and the ugly, so people can actually make a sound decision. Somebody might really be following your ass looking for guidance, and you only telling the good shit. Then when the bad shit happens, you know what I'm saying, they gonna be looking at you like, what the fuck, nigga? Like, you tell me about the bad shit. Tell the whole story. Don't just tell half of it. Ain't no way. It ain't wrong if you want to go overseas and do what you do, but just tell the whole goddamn story so everybody know what they getting themselves into if they follow your lead. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
No doubt. Tone?
I just say this, bro. It's time to admit, or because not everybody like this, to discover in yourself, do you actually love hoes? Do you actually prefer hoes over saints? And like legit ask yourself, like, what can a saintful woman provide to you that you actually value for real? And if you don't find nothing on that list, 9 times out of 10, you want you a hoe. You don't want no girl that you don't want her posting stuff on Instagram of her naked, but you gonna want her to send you some naked stuff. You gonna want her to do this, that, and the other for you. But how she practice that before you meet her? You gotta teach her. You don't want to do that. You trying to be, you trying to see the stuff like I said before. You trying to see the stuff you be watching on your phone and shit. And she probably ain't even with that because you the first person to even introduce her to this stuff. Period. So at the end of the day, man, you need to figure out what you really want and go for what you want. And you don't have to leave here to get what you want. And the sooner you realize that, the more money you're going to have in your pocket to spend on hoes. I'm just playing.
I know. I know that's right. My closing and final thought is my concern, what I'm trying to accomplish is to the guys who do listen and take into consideration the things that we have to say. Be honest with yourself. You're not doing it for me. You being honest with yourself ain't going to help me at all. It's for you. And just like in business, the number one rule is honesty. It carries over throughout life. You understand what I'm saying? You're not required to be honest with me or Tone or Ro, but you can't lie to yourself. And the truth of the matter is, really, while a lot of you niggas is mad and you use that talking point about, these chicks being oversexed and what have you, even though I know that you niggas like hoes, you just mad that you didn't get a chance to make her a hoe first. Even though you niggas don't really want virgins either. Most of you motherfuckers never even fucked a virgin, to be perfectly honest. By a show of hands. Put it in the comment section. How many of you niggas have fucked virgins before? Because I've only
put your hand down if you don't have 100%
6 in my lifetime, and I done fucked a lot of bitches. And you niggas just
I didn't believe none of them
6
hoes.
months ago. You understand what I'm saying? But anyway, thanks again, guys, for coming through. We did a double header. We tried to get canceled last night. Obviously, it wasn't a success. So the Jews must not give a fuck about what the hell I got to say.
Shit, they've been fucking up your internet all day.
I know that's right. The goddamn hamster took an extra long lunch break yesterday, and for some reason the website didn't want to work. But it's all good. Anyway, thanks again, guys, for coming through. This has been another episode of Elephant in the Room, and we will be back next motherfucking Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, you'll catch me leaning on that motherfucking bike with your auntie in the bitch seat. Peace, niggas.
We don't know the roles we have to do.
Peace.
My man, Jay Geezer, we tried.
Only thing I wanna do is to perform before a nigga dies. Get the feeling that we made it in my city's eyes. Just living life, no, I'm living mine. If we ain't make it to the top, man, at least we try. A day in the life, lead the best nights. I know you see me in them bright lights. I just stand here a man in the spotlight with champagne flows and pop bottles until I drop. Trying to catch J.G.I.'s and yay. On records I hypnotize any competitor doing whatever to try to minimize. Eyes be on the grind to my cake, right? Got my city on the back through the hustle in that concrete jungle. When that times, yeah, I struggle through that grapevine. Chilling in that cloud of that grapevine. Like a star, I just shine in the late night. And from the kingdom, I make them recognize I'm alive. Trying to figure why these whack niggas trying to bite. Eat the head of these haters, now I got the itis. Switch to something nicer, and my touch is Midas. And your girls love us, cause ain't none like us. Iron fist swing fire like Air Bison. Iron fist KO a nigga, M. Tyson. Blow horns for my enemies, no Viking. Just the flow, you should Tennessee, no Titan. The sky's like you, the lightning. Slash in the cipher when I'm freestyling. I got a style like the 4 horsemen. Within time and swing lightsaber swords with deadly force. In my armor, it's night is shining. Just a star, ain't nobody can deny it. Look up in the sky if you need reminding. Blind critics saw for first sight, distorted if they look twice. Got her to the manger, it's amazing. 3 kings, 3 wise men. Spit danger, eyes shrunken. Drunk driving, pimp blowing. I'm lane switching with no license. Just do it for the checks, I lie Nike. Parachuting from the jet, young skydiver. Higher than that tenor singer in choir. Flyer than that bag from that new designer. I got bags of this shit, I'm a true supplier. So put them lighters in the air, make you feel the fire. Only thing I wanna do is to perform before a nigga dies. Get the feeling that we made it in my city's eyes. Just living life, no, I'm living mine. If we ain't make it to the top, man, at least we try.